Om Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Saraswatyaya Namaha, Om Shri Lakshmiyaya Namaha, Om Umay Namaha, Om Devi Bhagavati. Sonak asks, Gentle Sut, you spoke of a long battle Narayan fought against the Asurs Madhu and Ketab. Tell us about that war. Sut says, once after a pralay, the universe lay dissolved in the single primordial sea, Ekarna. Vishnu lay asleep on his serpent bed upon the interminable coils of Anantasesh of 1,000 hoods. My master, Rishi Vyas, says that two Asurs were born from the wax in the sleeping Vishnu's ears, and they were dreadful to behold. Madhu and Ketab grew to manhood in the plumbless Ekarna, which are the waters of infinity, containing all places, all ages, and all souls. They grew swiftly, and they were soon as immense as they were powerful and hideous. They spoke to each other wonderingly, "What is this marvelous sea? Upon what foundation does it rest? Who made this ocean? And who made us? Who are our father and mother?" But they could find no answers to these questions. One day, from inscrutable intuition, Ketab said to Madhu, "Brother, the Devi is the cause of the sea, and of us as well." As soon as the words were out of his mouth, the two Asurs heard the blessed Vagbij in the air, the seed of all mantras, who is the Devi Saraswati herself. When that mantra receded, the horrible wax demons began to chant it themselves, until in a blaze of lightning above them, they saw the brilliant embodied form of Devi Saraswati. The Asurs chanted on, and were one in spirit with that Devi for 1,000 years. At last, the Adi Shakti was pleased with Madhu and Ketab, and an extraordinary voice spoke to them. "I am pleased with you, Danavs. Ask me for whatever you want. Devi, grant that we will only die when we will it ourselves." "So be it," said the Asariri with the hint of a smile. Madhu and Ketab's roars of joy shook their home, the infinite sea from end to end. They dived under the water in delight and began to play both gently and viciously with the denizens of the deep. They flew up into the air and played with the rainbow-hued birds there. Then one day, Madhu and Ketab saw an immense golden lotus in the sky, and sitting in it, steeped in dhyan, four-faced and white-bearded, lustrous Brahma, the sire of everything. The excited demons called out to the Pitama, "Come, let us fight, or else relinquish your lofty place and flee from us." Brahma flickered all his eyes open and saw the Asurs, each big as 10 Merus. He shuddered at how terrible they were, and wondered, "I am not certain how strong these monsters are. I hesitate to fight them. I think I will rouse Narayan from his sleep and let him kill them." Brahm plunged down the stalk of the golden lotus and besought Vishnu anxiously, calling him by many of his august names and begging him to quell the arrogant demons. But nothing stirred. It seemed Vishnu had not heard Brahma. He could hear Madhu and Ketab roaring for him, so his lotus stem shook like any flower in a gale. Brahm decided Narayan must be plunged in the Yoga Nidra, the trance of the Devi. He began to worship Adi Shakti, the ancient mother. "Bhagavati, you hold Vishnu in your deepest power, so that he does not stir, although I have called his every name with such fervor. Madhu and Ketab mean to kill me, Devi, and terror grips my soul. Save me from fear, Mother, or kill me with your own hands." The Devi, in her inert form of sleep, withdrew from Narayan, leaving in turn his eyes, mouth, nose, heart, and finally his whole body. The blue god stirred on his serpent bed. He yawned. In moments, Vishnu's form was again as splendid as 1,000 suns, where a short while ago it had been muted and quenched. Narayan opened his lotus eyes and saw Brahm, Prajapati, standing before him, trembling. Vishnu spoke to Brahm in his voice like soft thunder. "Why have you abandoned your dhyan, Pitama? Why do you tremble?" Brahma whispered, "I am in terror of my life, Padmanabh. The Asurs, Madhu and Ketab, want to kill me." Mahavishnu said languidly, "Fear them no more. I will kill them for you." At that moment, Madhu and Ketab arrived there, roaring. The demons trod water easily, and their savage faces lit up when they saw Brahm. Madhu hissed, "So, this is where you have come to hide, coward? Come and fight. We will kill you first, and then this blue fellow lying on the snake." Ketab sneered, "Either fight or say you are our slave and we will let you live." Vishnu roared like the thunder of the storm that ends the worlds. "Come and fight me, Asurs," his eyes rolling. Madhu sprang at Narayan while Ketab stood back. They fought on Anant, they fought on the waves of Ekarna. They fought under the water and in the sky, furiously striking each other with stupendous blows, the blue god and the demon born from his earwax. Brahm returned to his lotus and peered down from safety at the duel, while Adi Shakti, the Devi, watched from everywhere. The battle was ferocious, and both demon and god tired quickly. Suddenly Madhu stepped away from Narayan, and at once Ketab sprang forward to engage him. Thus the two demons fought Mahavishnu turn by turn, and at times both together. Vishnu battled the sinister brothers without rest for 5,000 years, and he grew tired. Seeing the god wane, the Asurs crowed in triumph. "Vishnu, if you are vanquished, join your palms and raise them over your head to say you are our slave. Otherwise, we mean to kill you first and then to drink Brahma's blood." Vishnu saw the Danavs treading water easily and replied, "No warrior will fight a tired enemy, a frightened one who has no weapons or a child. For 5,000 years we have fought and each of you rested while the other one faced me. But I have had no rest, Asurs, and I am tired. So let me draw breath for a while and we will fight again." Madhu and Ketab nodded their macabre heads solemnly and allowed Vishnu the rest he wanted. They stood back from him, arms folded across chests like continents, still treading water. Vishnu fell into deep dhyan. As he meditated, he learned of the Devi's boon to the Asurs, of Ichamrityu, to die only when they themselves willed it. The blue god was perturbed, for who wants to die even in the direst circumstances? He realized how vain his battle with the wax demons had been. Narayan folded his hands and worshipped the Devi Bhagavati feverishly. "Mother, I am exhausted, and the Danavs who have your boon are ready to kill me. I am helpless, Devi. Save me." Devi spoke to Narayan out of the air. "Fight again without fear, Hari. I will seduce the Asurs with a look from my eyes so you can kill them." Vishnu went back to fight and the Asurs welcomed him fondly. Soon they began to strike one another again with blows that are beyond describing. Now Madhu and Ketab were both rested and they fought Narayan together. He quickly found their combined strength more than he could bear, and reeling from their blows, he looked imploringly up to the Devi to save him. She manifested herself before the Asur's eyes then, and she was enticement personified. Ah, her red eyes shot shafts of unfamiliar lust at the Danavs. The enchanted Asurs had eyes only for the Devi now. They stood gazing at her like men in a salacious dream, aroused past endurance and not knowing what to do. Seeing his chance, Vishnu said, "Warriors, I am so pleased with the fight you gave me. I will grant you any boon. Only ask me, Asurs." Standing before the alluring Devi, the Asurs wanted to impress her and replied haughtily, "Who are you to grant us a boon? We are not beggars that we want anything from you. On the other hand, you ask us for a boon, Vishnu, and we shall grant it in our munificence." Their eyes never left Bhagwati's ravishing form. Vishnu replied, "If you are so pleased with me, Asurs, grant that I kill you both." At once the Devi vanished, and the demons realized they had been tricked. They hung their black heads, and green tears trickled down their awful faces. Then Madhu had an inspiration. Brightening, he said, "We know you never lie, Narayan. We have need of the boon you promised us earlier." "Ask me," said Vishnu, for he had indeed promised. "We will let you kill us, but it must be on solid ground where there isn't a drop of water," said Madhu, and of course there was no dry place in the dissolution. Hari said, "So be it." And he expanded his own thighs, so they were a bright, dry island floating upon the sea of Ikarna. The Asurs grew so that they were 10,000 yojanas each. But Narayan made his thighs twice as vast. With nothing else for it, Madhu and Ketab laid their heads on Vishnu's thighs as on an executioner's block, and with his Sudarshan Chakra, the blue god struck those heads off their immense trunks in an eruption of gore. Those demons' marrow, their Meda, flowed out of them and mixed into the sea. Later, when the sea became earth, it was called Medani and was inedible because of the marrow of Madhu and Ketab. Sut, wonderful raconteur, tells the Munis of the Nemes one.